Hello, my name is Bradley and I'm your host of The Internal Game. Good to be on video today. I'm glad to make a video and post it today. I haven't been posting as much. I'm sure that you guys can see that. Nothing against any of y'all, right? I just started to notice some things about uh, manifesting content, right? Not that there's anything wrong with manifesting content, but almost like too much of anything can be not so good of a thing. You know what I mean? It can be of a hindrance. And a lot of times we shift uh, our fear of like losing a person to our anxiousness and manifesting them back, right? Still being fearful, still being anxious, still scratching at the surface, trying to get something to give us a quick fix. Still seeking externally, still looking in the branches what can only be found in the roots, as what Rumi used to say. I'm pretty sure it was Rumi. Um, Not knowing any better, it's okay. I mean, I've been there. I know lots of people have been there. But I also think about like being the change that I seek to experience, right? I love talking about uh, manifesting. I love talking about the present moment more than that. I love talking about lots of things. But I also don't want to do my part and consistently giving content for you to be externally validated. Now, I'm not saying there's not other creators that you can watch. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I can only do my part, right? I actually want you guys all to get your person. I actually want you guys all to get your jobs, your careers. Most importantly, I want you guys to find your peace in the here and now and let go of the things that are not you, right? That's what I wish for everyone. I wish for everyone what I wish for myself, kind of thing, right? But it's a slippery slope, the manifesting game, right? Uh, we can't bypass our pain. Right? Now I know that we can choose another version. This is true. Um, we can. There's nothing to heal, right? There's nothing to heal because we just stop being the person that needs the healing, kind of thing, right? Like we get this. These are things, but you can't bypass stored emotion, right? And you can't cover up pain by getting the relationship. You can't cover up pain by getting the money. You can't cover up pain by seeking the next thing. You can try, and then we realize that we're disillusioned again, and then it just must be something else. Or I got the person back, but the person still, they still need to change for me to feel safe and peaceful. Change some more, actually, right? Not knowing that it's just our own pain. So we can't be free of the pain as long as we're identified with it. So even if you were trying to go to a whole nother self-concept, that's fine, but you have stored emotions that have to come up, be felt, seen, and let go. Or they're going to supercharge all of your thoughts. You ever wonder why it's so hard to stop thinking? Like, man, like I'm just randomly sitting here, nothing's happening, and I'm just negative and just in the mind and projecting and fearful and so it's like these stored emotions are charging these things. And they have like an underlying resonance in your body. With someone in the Skool Community, she made a great comment. She said you can't bypass like a dysregulated nervous system. Like you can't just pretend it. You know what I mean? You can't just say, "Oh, I'm regulated now." No, you actually have to regulate. You actually have to breathe. You actually have to stabilize. You actually have to let some things go. Like actually do that. If not, then we are just trying to seek the next thing to cover up this pain. And we unconsciously do this. We do it in relationships, we do it with money, we do it just anything externally, thinking that once I get this, it's all going to be better. And then we get the thing, and then it's like, well, maybe something else. Now, I know that we get the dopamine hits from the manifest your SP in 2 steps and manifest your SP, get the money like this in 3 steps, and like do it, right? But like, did it ever erase the pain? Do you still feel uneasy? Just because you got the person, I mean, like, you'll be happy for a little while. You have your makeup SCX, right? You have your uh, makeup sex. I just don't know what I should say that or not. I guess it doesn't matter. Makeup sex. You have your makeup sex, and you're happy. You go out to you're out to eat. You're like in that dating phase again. You've been separated. They're telling you like, "Oh my God, it's always been you. Like it's only ever been you." And you're like, "Man, I can't believe I ever doubted this stuff. This is amazing. All I did was do this, and like I should have never been concerned." And then it becomes normal. You're in a normal relationship again. And just like the first time, whatever is in you, unease, unhappiness, um, a dysregulated nervous system, is going to come out to play. And it's going to project onto this other person and blame them and make them the target of this unease. Because why would it not be? Right? It could be us. Like, why would it not be? Because we were just fine. We just got them back. We're fine, and now we're not fine anymore. Must be them. They must not be doing something enough, or they must be doing something that I don't like. So I'm going to focus on this and expand it again, blame them, project onto them, and then it gets pressed out or it gets pushed out, and then we're back in the same scenario because the pain was underneath running the show because the emotions were never looked at, felt, and let go. I try to do my part. If I say, what's the world that I want to see? I don't know what's best for people. I don't think anybody knows what's best for anyone. I think it's very egoic to say that I do, or for anyone to say that they do. I think pain is the ultimate teacher. I think life is the ultimate teacher. But a way greater agent for change than I am. So I only get on here and talk about like things that have helped me, what I believe to be true, how I see these things, and then I try to share them. But what I'm not going to do is put out a bunch of content. Not that I don't like it. I do like making videos. But I just have to do my part in not being that external, how do I say it, soothing point for you. Right? You guys have to start regulating yourselves. I do a lot of one-on-ones. I'm not upset with anyone who ever books with me and is in a bind and feels like they're in a mess kind of thing, right? And they're anxious and they're fearful. Like I nothing wrong with this. But I don't have the answers as far as like getting you your person or telling you how to do it and then the pain going away, because that's not going to happen. So it was Carl Jung that said, people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own souls. We'll watch content after content. We'll read books after books. We'll jump from relationship to relationship. We will jump into another job, something to avoid feeling. We'll scroll all day long to avoid the discomfort that all is asking for is we just look at it, feel it, without any story, without any identification, because as long as we're identified with it, we'll never be free of it. And without doing these things and just feeling it and letting it go over and over and over and over and over again. But the ego loves the manifestation content. The ego loves the next relationship. The ego loves these things. I need to make more money. Because as long as it's happening, it gets to survive. Last couple of videos or so, I've talked about just stopping. That's all we have to do. Right? To be healed, we have to stop thinking about the trauma. But we have to stop being that version that is hurt. Right? To stop suffering, we have to stop. We have to stop. Like reinforcing it in the mind over and over again. The suffering is happening in the mind. We just have to stop. And like I've shared many times, like, we just don't want that most of the time. We say we do, but if we're unconsciously identified with pain, then that's what we're seeking. More pain to keep this show going. And because it's unconscious, we are going to unconsciously seek out the SP, a new relationship, something else maybe, another this, another that. Trying to bypass the pain, trying to do anything we can to avoid facing our own soul. I'm not saying that you have to let go of pain to manifest things. Not at all. Go jump in your new version, right? But I am saying that you will be disillusioned again and again and again until you actually see your pain, feel it, and let it go. But we can only do that when we take some time for ourselves. We take some time for, if you're in a relationship, it doesn't mean you have to get out of one, but I meant like take some time to breathe instead of trying to manifest. Take some time to, like, every time you want to watch a manifesting video, just breathe. Focus on your breath. Every time you want to scroll for hours and hours, or you catch yourself doing it, you stop. Look around. Because the discomfort will come. I mean, you'll feel it. It'll start to show up. Whatever's unconscious is going to come up the more conscious you become. It's always been there. We're just seeking, so we never actually get to look at it, and it just stays lodged in the body. And we're just like kind of all the time like in discomfort, unease, thinking, convinced that like the person's gonna make this go away. But I can assure you, if that was the case, you'd have never lost them in the first place. There would have never been a huge breakup that was based around fear and blame and projection. There'd been more of a conscious understanding and a separation at that point, but it wouldn't have been from that. I think it's just like we have to take an honest look at what's actually happening. I'm so glad I started doing the videos and especially the one-on-ones, because I was able to see that I wasn't like the only one that kind of went through that stuff. That's happening all over the world as we speak, because everyone's identified with their mind and their pain, and they're seeking, trying to get out of it. And every time we try to fill up this hole with something else, like a person or money or whatever, we just dig that hole. Anything external we try to fill this thing up with is going to make the hole seem bigger. And we're going to be disillusioned, like, man, what is going on? And then just the discomfort rises. But I'm glad I started doing that stuff, because it showed me a lot that like that this is a universal phenomena. People identify with mine. I used to think Eckhart Tolle was kind of being a bit much. I would say. I was like, man, they're talking about how if humanity is to kind of survive, people would have to start waking up. And I was like, that's a bit excessive. And then you see people with buttons that could terminate other worlds or other parts of the world. And these people are also highly identified with mine. This is not like he was absolutely right. So like what we're doing individually, we're doing collectively. And so like I have to do my part at least, and do my part of waking up, and my part of not feeding the machine. Coming out with more messages like this. And if I lose people that are super SP related, then that's okay. There's much surface level, quick dopamine hit content that'll keep you in your funk. But I'm not going to do it. The odd part is you're going to get these things that you want anyway when you start to regulate, when you start to stop bypassing your pain. It's just now you actually get to enjoy them, or at least when you're having conflict in them, you'll be able to like pull back kind of fast or a little bit and say, you know what, like maybe I had some stuff going on. Maybe I acted on the fear. Maybe I got lost in mind too much. But you'll be able to start bringing it back instead of like continuing the projection when this person's back, and it happened all over again. Beautiful out here, kind of cold. But anyway, guys, you can't bypass the pain. Take some time, like for yourself. Whether you're in a relationship, whether you're not in one, whether you're in between ones, you know what I mean. Whether you're manifesting, whatever. Like, just take some time and stop trying to escape you. It's forms of abandonment. Like, and And we're going, like, you will unconsciously project this onto another person for sure as I'm standing right here. And it's just going to happen again and again and again. Take the time just to reset. Take a look around, take stock, be honest of how you've been being, like, man. And it's got momentum, it's habitual, guys. I promise you, this stuff is habitual. It did not take you very long to get addicted to manifestation content. It did not. The anxiety found another external validation soothing point. Phew. Oh, so and so said that? Bet. Let's do it. Like, SP's not text me. What do I do, sir? Hey, they're doing this. What do I do, sir? Tell me right now. Oh, I'm watching another video. Watch another video. And then we keep these cycles going. But it did not take you very long to get an habit of watching videos. Like, once we start externally soothing, we'll do it anywhere. And then project this onto this person or this job or anyone else for that matter, and be like, especially people, especially specific people, our relationships, our romantic relationships. And we'll project it onto them and blame them for our own unease, because we have this such high expectation that they're going to make it go away, and they have to, or we're going to be upset. Then the person we just love so much, we all of a sudden hate them, dislike them. Is it love? I love being a teacher. Something I really enjoy doing. But you're going to learn more from you and from your own pain and your own identifications and your own in this own life than you'll ever learn from me. Just like Eckhart said, I can point you in a direction. You'd be a pointer, but don't worship the finger. Eckhart said, he said, people like Jesus tried telling people, hey, this is the way, and they're like, okay, so don't worry about it. We'll just worship you. Don't even worry about that. You're the only one with the truth. We get it. No, we're gonna worship you, because people will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. It would seem much easier to just start worshiping somebody. It seems much easier to say, oh, this guy on the internet that's with the bald head and that lives out in the woods now, like, he knows what he's talking about. I don't. If you were in my Skool community, oh, my bad, I should say our Skool community, I should get for context. You'll see that, like, it's built around self-mastery and letting go of things. Manifestations are what come with that. Manifestations are natural byproducts of you. Like, that's not something you try to do. So the Skool communities, like even the videos I'm putting out now, these are and have been for a while. They're built around letting go of illusion, letting go of pain, disidentifying from your pain. But you have to want to. It's not about manifesting, guys. If manifesting brought you here to me, I mean the YouTube channels, and brought you to other people, then good, right? Like you maybe you found maybe you're hurting, maybe you're in some pain, maybe you're like, oh shit. But take a good look at how you've been being, what brought you there, the patterns that you found yourself in throughout your life, and then tell me right now, are you seeking? Are you scratching, trying to get something to make you feel okay? Or are you using these things, these breakups and these job losses, and maybe the kid's not talking to you? Are you using these things as like, hey, this is me, and this has been happening for a while, and maybe I need to take a look at this and start letting some stuff go. Maybe I need to breathe. Maybe I disidentify. Things like this, right? Choose peace. Why am I not choosing peace when I could? Right? Instead of like, no, it's okay. I just want my person, and then it's gonna be okay. Is it? Was it ever okay? Probably not. Maybe for a little while, till it wasn't, right? And we look at the common denominator in all these things, and it's us. No matter what the other person did or didn't do. So, I have a trip to see my son today. So I wanted to make a little video. Pretty excited about it. When I come back, we'll regroup, right? But guys, please take some time. Take some time. Learn from you. Whatever's done, whatever's unconscious is going to come up the more conscious you become. You don't need to ask what you got in you. Start being present. Start focusing on the breath. Every time that you want to jump to an external for some validation, like a video or a person or a text message or anything for that matter, another amount of money, return to your body, your inner body. Regulate yourself through conscious breathing, through present moment. And that stuff's going to come up. And then you have a choice. You say, okay, can I look at this? Can I feel the discomfort? Even without story, can I feel it? Breathe into it, even if it feels uncomfortable? Or am I just not done and I'm about to go and I'm going to go do something else, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing my own soul? Because one brings your peace and freedom that you say you want, and the other one just continues this illusion and being identified with pain and thinking that everything that I say is the truth, or that someone else, everything they say is the truth, and that and I need to listen to them all the time. I think I have some pretty good understandings about things, but so do you. Start to trust yourself. Start to prove to yourself that you don't need things to be safe, and that you can only ever do it for you anyway. Start to prove to yourself that you don't have to believe thoughts. Bailey, you see her on here? Bye bye. She loves it. Start to prove to yourself that you don't have to identify with emotions. That they can just pass through. They don't need a story wrapped around them. They don't need someone to project it onto. That they're just there. They're just emotions. Start to do these things. Start to become conscious. Watch what happens. Again, you will either let these stored emotions go, stop trying to bypass them, which is going to, in turn, let these emotions leave your body. They're not going to supercharge all these wonky thoughts all the time. You're going to feel more safe, secure. You're not going to be perceiving threat all the time. You're going to regulate your nervous system. Or you're going to go do anything, no matter how absurd, and choose that over facing the actual issue at hand. Identification with mind. Identification with pain. Okay? I think that's all I got, guys. Breathe. Don't make it bigger than that right now. I can assure you that if you're really trying to get somebody, specific person, you're really locked in, the last thing you need right now is them. I'm not saying that you shouldn't get them and that you won't get them. I'm saying that, like, if we're not regulated, if we're not calm, if we're not stable without them, we won't be stable with them. And if we are dysregulated and chaotic without them, then that's exactly how we're going to be with them. Take some time to go over some things. See how you've been being. Look at the patterns. Stop running and just stop it. Let it all go. Choose peace right here, right now. And if you fall unconscious, it's okay. You pull it back over and over and over again, and watch what happens. Adios, amigos.